Nba2k21, and this is also your chance to learn about the upcoming events in the neighborhood. This weekend, check out Big Top Challenge. The fun is larger than life, and so are the heads. On Wednesday, get recreational and head to the rec, because all day long, you can earn double rep.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Now, look at Dallas' starting lineup. Out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Forky Day. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Alan Shields in the center filling out for him.
Watch you call it bitch, partner. Yeah, and I think you better watch your fucking
They've got Toppin. Russell Westbrook out there, Dante DiVincenzo. And there's Porzingis. And it's Steele at the small forward position. And it's the Mavericks to start out. Now, here's Lowry. Basket counts. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. System change will come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around. And I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Now, here's Westbrook. Bradley Beal able to get his shot to go. Valanciunas with the ball. Out guarded by Porzingis. A drive by Beal. Lowry against DiVincenzo. Left side Lowry. He feeds it to Valanciunas. And there it is for him.
And you know, Lowry looks to set up his open teammates beautifully. Nice dime there, and really keeps the team tied together nicely.
Now here's Westbrook. Right side Porzingis. On the wing. Rebound by Chang for Dallas. They've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. This one for 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And, you know, who would have thought Chang would develop this kind of range, even if it's intermittent.
A pass to Porzingis. Hammers the alley-oop free.
Guys, they know he's going to finish off the lob in style. Porzingis and his teammates connecting on target.
Now here's Beal. Looks one up. Porzingis with the block. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. To the wing on the left. And he uses the glass in the lane. Porzingis has got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Valanciunas. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Harris. Porzingis against Valanciunas. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
Deal against Westbrook. And they call an illegal screen there.
Our emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And Houston again with the backboard.
And this has been a great job of just getting.
The other center, this nigga Porzingis gonna work. But they're about to get toasted too. They're trying to double this man already.
The middle.
I think we can't win this bitch hot. We can't win this bitch hot. Damn, this nigga nasty. This nigga nasty right now. He nasty right now. He not about to play with these niggas.
Of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
The Mavericks trailing, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly not justified. And even then, it's not a good play.
And now the first time out called here for the Rockets.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game that the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically, there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. Might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
He had a speed bridge.
DiVincenzo against Lowry. To the paint. Here's Favors. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. That doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. At the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very low.
Now here's Porzingis. DiVincenzo.
I'm giving the ball away for that.
I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Alder.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle, I did speak a few minutes ago. One of the chief items of concern is the scoring versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Coach said he can beat you facing up, back to the basket, running to the rim.
How was that a foul?
You have to keep him in your sights at all times.
Come on,
See if all
dudes.
that extra attention pays off. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
The Mavericks have gotten 3 big shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Finney Smith. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Last outing for Houston, it was in lost to Portland. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. Finney Smith is tough and great. He is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient, will take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
And so here is Houston after the Mavericks pick up 3. Fast break Dallas. Charity swipe shot. Westbrook pulls it in. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He pulls it up for Houston. It's a 3-point game. Here's Porzingis, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Derek Favors.
Guys, when I look at KP, I think he's got the talent to be a franchise player. As long as he stays healthy, I think he'll be a force in the league for a while.
46 seconds left in the first quarter. Here is Lowry. A pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Favors. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Such determination on the glass. Not boxing out Favors is a huge mistake that you cannot afford to make.
Now here's Westbrook. No points in the game hit for him. Porzingis. Good work defensively by Lowry. Mavericks leading by 3.
How does he miss that?
Finney Smith passes to Lowry. It doesn't go for him. In time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Hill. Then there's Toppin. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Rockets trail by 3. And here is ball. Up top, Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Porzingis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, Porzingis is a very impressive all-around scorer, and every year it seems as though he's taking on more of the offensive load.
Pass to Valanciunas. Jang inside. Siakam's there.
Well, the improving offensive skills and the length makes Jang a tough cover. I mean, let's see if he can convert at the line now.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
Heisman's checked in for Porzingis.
Ball likes that pick and roll action now. He's excellent at running. He's got a lot of experience doing it. He knows when to pass it or when to take the shot himself.
Here's Alexander Walker.
Stop it.
Oh, that's blocked. And here's the fast break. Paul leading the way. I missed that time. Would have put him up.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Now, here's Ball. To the inside. Here's Wiseman. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
You got the slick passing skills that Ball has. You love exploiting the defense in the pick and roll.
Here's Alexander Walker. Six on the shot clock. A shot. Excellent D there from Ball.
And the well is running dry for him right now.
Come on.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick and roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving him. He's more than just a catch and shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at the field.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Deal with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Can't hit from 12. Picks it out to Iguodala. Some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Wiseman. And he's got for Wiseman.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision. He has a feel for when one of his guys is open.
Dallas calls timeout. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your team. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. Just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Very nice.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And it's Ball penetrating. And the rejection by Figures. Henry finds Jang. Rockets leading by 4. Pass to Wiseman. Back to Ball. Now here's Wiseman. Recovering. And it's Wiseman there time on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He's to Beal.
Ah, come on, Dort.
And here's the fast break call leading the way. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Boy, that raw explosiveness of Westbrook only on display there. When he sees the lane, he gets to it hard and fast.
And Russell Westbrook drops the ball.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And George Iguodala will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Excellent job that time by Westbrook. Spot some weakness and then burst right to exploit.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Here's Lowry, and an intentional foul right there. Timeout called the Rockets. Mavericks trail by 10. Pass to Favors. Back to Harris. Down low. And again, unable to change momentum here. Outside Westbrook. Inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, we know what a skilled passer Westbrook is, but you still got to appreciate that dime there. Very impressive.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep in the center. To the middle. Here's Favors. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Favors got 6 points.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
Outside, Porzingis from downtown. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Lowry kicks to Favors. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. He gets that one. Favors has got it back down to within single digits for the Mavs. Lowry against Westbrook. Porzingis inside. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
That was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in it. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal here. So is Kenny the Jet. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 21 points. And the Rockets, a playoff team for the last 8 seasons. Superstar talent is unable to reach their goal. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the...
And we got third quarter basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look.
Yeah, that was a
It's all
dog.
about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. They got Lowry. Harris is out there with Bergie Dang. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Porzingis. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Lowry against Teal. Now Lowry to the left side wing. Valanciunas dishes to Harris. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harris has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Dallas. Houston leading by 7. Passes it to Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Harry Johnson, Stacey Oldham, I mean, I could go on and on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and we stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, they're inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Outside Beal. Back to Lowry. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Lowry can't get it to go.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Westbrook kicks to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. 6 to shoot. Tigers for 14. Oh, that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets. Beal against Westbrook. Outside Beal. The 10-footer finds the target.
And there's not an area on the floor where Beal can't do damage. He is a handful for any defense he goes up against.
Well, wide open look here for Porzingis, and it's off from
Oh,
3-point range.
that's the one I need out of you.
Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Beal, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Beal's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
Good on the tackle.
Hit that
And
one.
the Rockets lead by 12.
A good move there. And he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Houston only 5 on the floor. Dallas moving the ball around. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Bradley Beal.
He wasn't able to get his name in the score sheet in the first half. He looks like he's starting to find his comfort zone here.
Heisman with a wide open look. That one a handoff line to the right, but drops in for him.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Rockets leading by 9. And you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
Pass to Beal. There's the triple. Wiseman with the rebound. Wiseman's got 6 rebounds in the game. Left to the wing. And finished up by Wiseman.
One of the most impressive things about Ball is his awareness. He's got great court awareness and a terrific distributor.
Outside Beal. Here's Favors. The second chance points on the tip in.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Inside, Beal with the steal. Lets the 3 fly. That's all good. That's his fifth best in the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Ball to pass to Wiseman. Falls, nice speed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Mavericks trail by 10. Beal taking his time here. Here's Alexander Walker. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Outside Beal. Kept alive. That was one. A big-time effort for Porzingis. Providing a lot of energy for the Houston Rockets. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays, night in and night out.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Siakam is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Wiseman. Then it's Ball. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into the game. Get to work on the glass.
And with deceptive speed and a lengthy wingspan, the Favors can sometimes just get stuck fouling Favors.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but also give us credit.
Also, that's for the Rockets. And Dallas also making the switch. Lowry's checked in. A different look for Dallas. Zhang comes in for Derek Favors. And Harris subbed in for Bradley Beal.
Hey, you can't diminish Westbrook's triple-doubles, but just as important to me are the intangibles. His passion, his tenacity, his competitive spirit and drive. I mean, that affects the whole team in a positive way. Strong move to the 10.
Hard not to get right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
fourth quarter, still young, just over a minute play.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
Here's Westbrook, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks. And he knocks down the first one. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. And that's an intentional foul. Now a timeout called by Houston. Updated from the sideline. Let's bring it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. His demeanor was not one of the coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. Let's see if they were listening, guys.
Timeout called the Rockets. Mavericks trail by 13. Toppin with the steal. Outside Westbrook. Mr. Porzingis. Porzingis is double.
Oh, good shot, bro.
Porzingis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
With finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. Brings it up for Houston. They lead by the biggest margin in the game, 15 points.
No foul? Oh, that was Valanciunas.
The ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
To the inside. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Porzingis. And a tip by Porzingis. A nice way to play that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeed. Well done.
Here's Valanciunas. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Westbrook kicks to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. Knocks it loose. And another shot. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harris dishes to Valanciunas. Rockets leading by 13. Westbrook up top, recovering. And here's Porzingis for 3.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
There's the pass to Lowry. Down low. Here's Valanciunas.
I wanted to block that shit so bad.
From Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. On pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Alexander Walker. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Rockets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th of 9. And stolen by Jang. Fast break Dallas. Second chance effort. Foul in the act of shooting.
It's not going to matter, bro.
3-point play chance for him.
Give y'all a chance.
Moment here to take a look
Thank you,
at
doing
the
it's not going to matter. Stop them, man.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Beal's checked in.
Porzingis keeps defenders on their toes because he's such a skilled player and has a bunch of moves.
Right on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. It's a break there. Beal, the pass to Harris. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
Westbrook kicks to Porzingis. Beal with the steal. And now Beal pushing it up and going back to stop him. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now just a 3-point Houston lead.
Not shying away from the spotlight. Beal wanting to be the guy to come up big for his team.
Stop that nigga.
And the layup is good.
Really?
Beal's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. The coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. He's going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Westbrook against Rowdy. Out to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer Hill. The Rockets again can't hit. Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% from shot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Got it!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and
Move out my way.
moment of the game. Yes.
Westbrook drives in.
Probably dealing with Russell Westbrook.
Really?
Dallas calls
Stop
time.
the madness, man.
They're trailing by 1.
Oh,
We got
you
33
fucking
seconds left to
rebound.
play here in the fourth. Just eight guys.
And look at how much time they have. I think it's likely to see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance. Player of the game. Kristaps Porzingis.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total combination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that.
Beal against Westbrook. Count it!
That's what keeps us absolutely huge. The defensive shot now may just seal the deal.
Westbrook. Yes!
No surprise. This is who he is. This is what Westbrook does. Ready to step up in the biggest moment.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 1. 12 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in the game.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Beal shoots over ball. It's good!
This nigga cheating. I'm gonna some dumb shit.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Timeout called the Rockets.
They're gonna
They're
cheat.
trailing by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
With the guys, it all comes down to this one shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here in the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then do it.
Here's Westbrook.
The game, son. All of a sudden, I can't get no goddamn blow-bys or nothing. I'm not gonna shoot a jump shot with this nigga at the end of the game. I should have just gave it to Porzingis. Look at this nigga defense. I should have looked Porzingis should have mid-range. I slept.
Most games sees Dallas taking this one. This win
These niggas come all the way back. I had them stuck.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For
12:05. They always cheat on defense at the end of the game. When it's close like that, and you got the last shot, they gonna fucking cheat on defense.
Hey man, March 6th can't come soon enough. We're gonna show the community what defense can do, man. Splash the best offensive player, but we're gonna show the community that defense matters too, man. Splash is my guy. We got business to handle.
Yes, sir. We made it through all the obstacles. I told y'all, no problem. We finally at the top. I told Tommy we at the top months ago, man. We giving the community the showdown they want. Best offensive player versus best defensive player. I can't wait to get started, man. This is gonna be a movie. Make sure you tune in.
Only shot of the game, and needed to go breaking. Fuck out of here, man.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action. Live on this Saturday night. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Hart and the Houston Rockets starting five. They've got Toppin, Russell Westbrook out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Hill, and it's Porzingis in at the five. And for the Suns, Ricky Rubio is out there with Karis LeVert. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Bridges in at the three slot. Nice shot by Porzingis. And in the early... surprise teams, doors. Some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait.
And he makes that one.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
Now the pass to Bridges. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And that one's good by Aldridge.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
To Porzingis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Well, I think you can see the strength that Porzingis has been developing over the early part of his career. That progress is showing up on a nightly basis.
Rubio, the pass to Aldridge. Not 3 off the mark. Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Westbrook kicks to Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3". He can also be a monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rubio, the pass to LeVert. To the paint, here's Aldridge. And denied, he sends it right off the glass. Aldridge against Westbrook. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
They need a bucket in a big way.
Emerson spotted that.
Aldridge. Second shot opportunity.
He's about to have this ridiculous game now. Too many pump fakes, my nigga.
Porzingis with the block. Westbrook passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing holy basketball.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. On the dunk contest, we saw Michael Jordan take on Dominic Wilkins. These days, not as many star players are participating in these skills competitions, like break the slam dunk.
I think it's a great point you raised, Kevin, and I think in part because back in that era, you know, the reality is guys didn't make the kind of dollars they make today. And there was more risk, I guess, in the mindset of guys today, and they didn't want to take that challenge on. So I wish we could see more of our stars in the slam dunk contest, but
Yes.
I don't think that's going to be the case, unfortunately, as much as we all like to see it.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Double team on Westbrook. And Porzingis, here we go.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And Rubio kicks to LeVert. Off the left rim and out.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
It's to Porzingis. Misses the group.
Well, we don't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Harris over Westbrook. And the basket by Harris.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Westbrook against Rubio. The wide open look here for Porzingis. No good with the triple. Suns trail by 8. Harris dishes to Rubio. In the corner, it's Aldridge. Healed against Bridges. Back to Aldridge. It's good from about 19 feet. Aldridge has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
No doubt about it. One of the better jump shooting bigs in the NBA. Aldridge is reliable from all over the court.
The shot's good.
And the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And now a first timeout called here for the Rockets. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Monty Williams. He talked about the importance of controlling where Russell Westbrook shoots from in this one. Coach said if we make him an outside shooter, that's a win for us. When he gets into the paint is when teams don't have an answer. so it looks like they'll invite Westbrook to shoot from deep as often as he wants. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Summonich is checked in, and it's Cooper in for Karis LeVert. Here's Zeller. 1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. Cooper against DiVincenzo. And the dunk by Zeller.
It's hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Well, there's no wrong answer. This is a sensational alley-oop. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis stays aggressive on the offensive end. And with the kind of offensive arsenal he has, it's exactly what you hope for, guys.
Suns trail by 8. Pass to Cooper. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. And the dunk by Zeller.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Passes it to Porzingis. He's again. And contact down the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Cody Zeller.
You know, I know that he can make the perimeter jump shot, but I really like it when Porzingis is taking it inside and making the defense deal with all that size.
29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And the pass to Summonich. 19 seconds left in the first. Offensive rebound. Here's Zeller. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Here's Cooper. Big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Houston Rockets. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
And James here, presented by Gatorade, to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Suns, we've got Cody Zeller, and it's Cooper at the shooting guard. Suns trail by 9. He's covered by Westbrook. Pass to Cooper. Softly drops in the floor. Cooper's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Westbrook passes to Porzingis. Offline with his three. Now Phoenix shooting 41% for the game. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Inside. Here's Zeller. Goes back up. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Ball's running. To the left wing. Now here's Wiseman. Defense right on him. And finished up by Wiseman.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, they need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Summonich passes to Cooper. And again, it's the Suns missing. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. He dishes it to Wiseman. And it falls over the rim and in. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
And the Suns call time. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one, and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
This is his first free throw of the game. And free throw good from Weissman. Good on both. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Out to the right wing. Aldridge, good run around him. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Aldridge has got 8.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight corners. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Here's LeVert. It's rebounded by Houston.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
Ball against Harris. Stole away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's LeVert. Finished off the break. LeVert's got it back down to single digits for the Suns.
And you can see the willingness of Harris LeVert to get out in transition and create opportunity.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Pass to Bridges. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Ball with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And you've got to clog up any passing lanes around Ball, especially in that pick and roll. He knows how to slice the D apart in those sets.
Ball against Rubio. Here's Harris. Here's Aldridge. A beautiful reverse move. 10 points for him.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Ball jumps all over the defense, especially when they give him a lane to the basket. Outstanding at forcing the issue. And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
And the Suns call time. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially up towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
This is a Davis.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Westbrook with it. Picked up by Aldridge. And that one, good. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
The pass to Harris. Shoots from the elbow. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Porzingis. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Porzingis has got 25 points in the game. Suns trail by 13. Rubio outside. Feed to Wayne. Harris missing again.
It's hard for them to cut into this lead when he's firing zeros. All period, he's been so cold.
Outside, Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Man doing a good job from the line here for the second quarter.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Cooper against DiVincenzo. Here's Cooper, and there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him. DiVincenzo against Cooper. No good, unable to end this run. 1 second left, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that concludes the first half. Rockets lead by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Ricky. Bench has always been an issue here when they produce like they did in the first half.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, pretty lopsided. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 27 points, 4 block shots. And guys, some say the shooting guard position has been a little weird. But the sharpshooter Buddy Hield is one of those young gunners rising to fill that void, Jet.
Yeah, you know.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Porzingis is out there with Toppin. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Hield in at the 3. Timeout called the Rockets. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know.
But, you know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you've got a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Westbrook double team. Porzingis with the ball, picked up by Aldridge. Houston moving it around. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to LeVert. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And stolen by Harris. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Harris, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Westbrook passes it to Porzingis. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Nailed from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got his first 3 points of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Suns shooting their first foul shot of the night. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
Aldridge can't get it to go.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Double team on Westbrook. Pass to Porzingis and stolen by Aldridge. And now the Suns a fast break. LeVert against Westbrook. LeVert kicks to Rubio. On the wing, Harris. Phoenix no good that time either.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Westbrook double team. Here's Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, and with his height, it is really hard to affect Porzingis' shot without fouling him. He is a problem for defenders.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Suns trail by 19. Passes to Zeller. Here's Samanic. And there's the pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. The Suns have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Pass to Bay. Wants to get it to Zeller and does. Toppin pulls it in.
Great contest by the defender. If that's a dunk, you got to put down in his face.
Westbrook passes to Porzingis. And it's good for 2. Porzingis has got 38 points.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Really, no. No idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Cooper, he's checked in for the Suns. Pass to Bay. Pass to Cooper. Looking to end the run. They get it again. That shot is off.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Ball with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Here's Wiseman, and it's Houston with another.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Cooper, puts up a 3. Here's Samanic. Wiseman with the rebound. Wiseman's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ball feeling it out a bit. Wiseman with a wide open look. That falls. Nice speed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Fires for 3. It's good from long range.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Pass to Wiseman. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss 90% on the year.
What you doing, man?
Phoenix has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Cooper. Now Zeller trying his one from deep, and it's Cooper missing. And so it's the Houston Rockets rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarters. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll return shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Houston with it. Cooper is out there with Jones. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Zeller. And it's Williams at the 4 slot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Wiseman kicks the ball. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Jones. And it's denied. Hit back by Siakam. Cooper the pass to Zeller. Dort grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And here is Ball to the inside. Now here's Wiseman. And the turnover again by Houston. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Suns. Harris comes in for Cooper. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
And I love how Aldridge uses his size to hold his own against defenders and just routinely scores up over the top.
And finished off by Wiseman.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. It's Jones on the wing. He's covered by Ball. But they get it back. To Shamet. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Shamet's got his first points of the night.
Just another way Aldridge beats you. As a facilitator, very comfortable making decisions.
Timeout called the Rockets. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
You can understand both of them.
Yes.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And last season we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce a target score, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, I'm not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more valuable.
Good point. Williams passes to Aldridge. Williams in the post, covered by Hield. And here's Houston, and it's the Rockets on the break. And that one's good. Westbrook.
Defender in his drill, and Russell says, "Let me shake you off, sir. I've got to score this."
Now, here's Shamit, defended by DiVincenzo.
Oh my God,
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Porzingis is double. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk, but with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks, he can be special.
Jones against Westbrook. Jones the pass to Harris. Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
Vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Westbrook with it. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Westbrook. Top of the key, Porzingis. Shoots over Shamit. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Westbrook. Porzingis has got 42 in the game. Phoenix, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Aldridge fires. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Offensive rebound. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it's Shamit misses. Rockets have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Shamit. The kick out to Williams. And the Suns miss again. Westbrook scanning the floor. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. The Suns shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Here's Aldridge. And he goes out of bounds. That one out Porzingis. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. A floater. Porzingis with the block.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. Tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Jones, the pass to Shannon. Back to Jones. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And they go to the intentional foul. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Here's Westbrook. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Passes it to Samanic. And again, it's the Suns missing. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 19-7 run. Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And that one falls for Jones. And so Jones nails both of them. And so here is Houston. Here's Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First one falls for him.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, son. I knew it. I said it. I knew it.
And he can't get the first one. Second free throw, no good. And here are the Rockets now. Porzingis inside, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Porzingis. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he makes the first. And so Jones nails both of them. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And finished off by Westbrook. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 16 assists.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And so Jones nails both of them. Timeout called the Rockets. They're in front by 38. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been,
drove after they cheated me with a loss. I've been off the sticks too long.
He finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. Off the inbound. Another shot. He lays it in.
Well, there's reach, there's size, there's wingspan, and
domination by
Kristaps. Where
Kristaps.
it's coming off. This is a very difficult thing to keep Porzingis off the window.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This one was over well before the final bucket. Fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Yeah, I do. I watch those babies sometimes. I should let Russell get his triple double.